Hello and good day, my name is Hypnos, and I want to share my first impressions of a very good cozy game that I've been playing a lot lately. While we're at it, subscribe and follow me on my socials if you haven't yet. Here's Coral Island. As a big fan of the cozy farming sim genre, I am familiar with what this game should have in order to keep me playing. I started Coral Island hoping that it would have what I am looking for in a cozy game that I would be addicted to next. And boy, I got hooked right away. First thing I noticed is that this game looks so good and polished. Here's a quick look into the different menu screens in the game. It looks so easy on the eyes, the font is good, the colors and design are amazing. It's not just good looking. These screens are actually really useful. The relationship tab and the journal are informative enough, which minimizes my time to look to the internet for answers, making it easier for both casual and hardcore players to play the game and dive in blind without needing to prepare too much. There are still a few potential improvements I can identify, such as quality of life improvements. Some examples I noticed are the weird controls on the dialogue at times. You use right-click or the spacebar to progress the dialogue when talking to NPCs. But when watching the TV, you use left-click to proceed. There are options to change the controls, but it's not that perfect yet. It allows overlapping of keys, and I cannot delete some keys I set without setting it back to default. Aside from these, I was not that bothered, and I considered these issues minimal for now. The art style and graphics look so clean, and you can tell that a huge amount of effort has been put into this. The character animations and cutscenes are also up to par to other polished cozy games out there. It doesn't feel like this is a relatively new game from a small development studio. The character design and the environment is my favorite part of the game's visuals, and we'll get to that later. A few hours into the game, and I find it introducing subtle hints on what the game has to offer, such as cutscenes teasing the different activities and exploration. It has the usual stuff you can find on other farming games, such as farming, fishing, and mining. But what's unique here is the deep sea diving part of the game, where you can explore, gather resources underwater, and discover ways to restore Coral Island. I actually find this part really fun, and it gives the sight tool more uses compared to other farming games, since it's what you use to gather resources when diving. Fishing seems harder in the early game, so I decided to upgrade my fishing rod first, and it got a whole lot better after that. The economy in the game is actually challenging enough. It does not feel annoying, yet it forces you a bit to grind in order to obtain the things you want to have, such as house upgrades, other farm buildings, even clothing. Although I am not sure if others would find the economy easier or harder than other games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I initially found the feel of the game to be slower. Maybe it's because the game looks detailed, that's why I felt the movement was slow. But in just a few hours, you slowly progress to be more efficient in using your tools. The equipment, tool upgrades, and enchantments available in the game make you move faster. Also, in just around 10 in-game days, fast travel becomes available to a few areas in the map, and you continue to unlock more. I think this early progression helped in getting me hooked to Coral Island really fast. Speaking of progression, one more thing I like is how it tracks the different progression around town. It has a town rank system, tracking how well your local museum, farm, and others go. Getting a higher town rank means more available items from the stores and unlocking more features. Without spoiling too much, you'll also eventually be able to explore other areas and meet other people. On to the next point, which unexpectedly got my attention, the story and characters. Yes, it's a farming RPG, and stories in a genre such as this do not usually make it into the highlights. As I said earlier, the character design and the environment are my favorite parts in this game, and here's the reason why. Along with the character design and the environment, the story setting and NPC's background are a little more mature and serious than your usual cozy farming sim. The plot deals with Coral Island experiencing environmental issues with a recent oil spill, and mysterious black roots popping out of the ocean. This shifts the focus onto environmental restoration, and whether the developers mean it or not, raises environmental awareness. I also noticed that this game engages on more grounded topics, and the townsfolk feel more alive because they deal with more relevant and realistic issues such as going through divorce, being a single parent, worries about the economy, and many more. Unlike some other cozy games where people are nice and you'd feel like you are in a fairy tale world of sunshines and roses, here in Coral Island, some people seem mean, pessimistic, and cautious around you being a stranger in town. Even so, it did not feel like it moved further from the relaxing, cozy vibe I was looking for. In a way, I was more motivated to help and get to know the town better. Because of those points and with the town rank system I shared earlier, it felt like I was progressing and growing not just with my farm, but with the town and the people as well. Getting closer to the townspeople is also fun. You can hang out with friends. This is a repeatable event where you can choose what you do with your time together and enjoy the quick and cute cutscene. This makes the people around town feel more alive, and I feel incentivized getting closer with a lot of people early on. Overall, Coral Island exceeded my expectations and I got hooked so easily. It's a relatively new game, released in late 2022 from a small development studio, Stairway Games. And aside from the good and few bad things I shared earlier, it has a lot of potential to be one of the best cozy games out there. The game is in a good place in terms of its status and the roadmap ahead. Honestly, it's up to the developers to lose all the good things they got going here, and I look forward to playing a lot more. I hope you like this video and subscribe for more. I've been enjoying creating these first impressions and essays lately, and I will continue to share some cozy, RPG, and indie games I find interesting. Feel free to share some suggestions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. My name is Hypnos, and thanks for watching.